by the age of 15, 16 years old, I take a deal for 10 years, what have, go to the California Youth Authority. Boy, oh boy, once I hit there, did I learn some shit. If you don't got no balls, you are not gonna hang a YA. Like, dude, it's not about your fighting skills. It's not about you beating fools up. It's about you not being a punk. You feel me? And then like when I first went to YA, that was like a different world to me. Because like if you drop the candy bar on the floor and you try to pick it up and eat it, that's called leva. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then now I tripped out on all these little rules. So that's over there in SRCC Norwalk, right? So once I hit to Paso Robles, like it was like a whole different atmosphere. Like, nah, it's all good. But it's like a whole day, a different atmosphere. Like I barely get there and stuff. And when you barely get an orientation in Paso Robles, they make you wear a white jumpsuit. Right? Yeah. And then you go right there orientation. I'm over there south up with some homie Joker from Headhunters. We're over there chilling, chopping it up, and the homie shoot me a wheelie, fool. As they shoot me a wheelie, it's just a list of names of 60 fucking people. So I'm over here like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. What's this? Oh, they're saying, oh, well, over here in YA, if a fool does this to you, that means fuck your dead homies. And if a fool does this to you, that's basically calling you a bitch. So anybody who does this, you're gonna rush them on sight. And so I was like, and that's all them? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get this shit cracking. So the first day I ever went to breakfast, I ran into one of the rivals from the other side named Grinch and stuff, right? And me and this will see each other. He goes at me, he does this gesture. So I'm basically saying, oh, he's saying, fuck that homie. Bam, I flight him. Bing, 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 bing. So as soon as I whip his ass, right, I go to the hole. They send us right back because it's YA. So they only send you for 24 hours and send you right back to the same building. So the next day they send us back and we go to breakfast again. He wanted his run backs because he fucking got mad that I kicked him in his face. I said, let's run it. Beep, 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 beep. Now all this shit continued until I was done with that whole 60 fucking people on that goddamn list. Yeah. You feel me? So then after I get down with all these people, I do about 2 or 3 lockup programs because there's a difference between when you just go to the hole and when you actually go to the shoe. So once you go to the shoe, you got to do your shoe program and you get back out and YA, and it's totally different than upstate. So then I'm going over there, I go through this whole damn list, and now I get a few homeboys starting to roll in because at this time, the neighborhood started to blow up deep on the streets. So now we starting to get other people from the neighborhood to start to come to YA. So the homeboy Snapper comes to. And if anybody knows the homeboy Snapper, he's like a fucking little gorilla, Bubba, right? And shit. So when people see him, they're kind of low-key spooked. But if they had to get down with me, they had to get down with him. So they're getting down with him. And like I was a skinny, scrawny, little-ass kid, but they see him, boom, knocking him. Yeah, so then as a little bit more time goes by, the homeboy Baby Criminal and a Slick come through, and then they don't low-key have it as worse as me and Snapper did, but they start doing a little thing to move over their programming. You know, playing these little shooting game and all this other shit means you gotta have your homeboys' backs, whatever the case is. Yeah. So then there was an incident where I was boys with a homie from Orange County, from Fullerton, Tokerstown. And I guess they don't get along with Anaheim folks or something. So this fool was supposed to go down with me. Instead of getting down with me, he thought the homie Baby Criminal was me and then dope fiend this fool. Right? So then when he dope fiend this fool, I'm over there all mad, talking shit to Snapper at church, saying, dick fool, when this fool gets out the hole, you better bust this fool, blah, 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 blah. And these fools do whatever they do and they end up catching a case. And when they end up catching the case, I felt like shit. Because the homie Snapper was just like 3-4 days away from the pad. He just been down like 3-4 years. And now they're going to charge him with the case. So then here's me trying to be like one of the fellas. I take flight on a correctional officer. Beep, 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 beep. They don't want to charge me with anything because I'm still 17 years old. So I said, hell no. I waited 2 days until after my 18th birthday on November 15th. And then I flighted a counselor. And like, I was in the hole for about a month and a half before the hoodas come up to me and say, well, the DA picked up your case. And I started laughing like, hell yeah. The cop looked at me like I was crazy. Like, you're happy to go to prison?
Because you wanted the fucking
yeah, well, I wanted to ride with the homies. With the homie, yeah. Because I was gonna be like, how am I gonna let you two guys go to prison for something that was my fault? And I'm just gonna sit right here like a little weenie. Like, fool, you got me fucked up. I'm rolling right with you guys. And then that's when I went to prison back in 2006. That was my first term. Right? Then once you go to prison, you start learning like all that YA shit you learn goes out the fucking window. Yeah. Because now it's all about respect. And I ain't trying to get too much into details about that. But then after I ended up getting out in 2008, you know, I served 32 months, got busted again, did 32 months, got busted again, and in and out, until I finally just got tired of everything. I educated the shit out of myself.
How'd you educate yourself?
To be honest with you, I educated myself like this. My first time in prison, you start looking around and seeing how intelligent people are.
And you're absolutely right, my boy. I mean, just because we do some stupid shit on the streets, dog, doesn't mean, we just caught up in a lifestyle. And there's so many intelligent homies that are doing life in prison.
Exactly.
But go ahead, my boy.
See, these people are intelligent. Like, I'm over there in Old Folsom, and I'm seeing an older homie trying to game up a little homie and stuff. And I'm over here not understanding, but understanding. Like, he's manipulating the shit out of this fool.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, I'm never gonna be like that. Like, you ain't gonna treat me like no motherfucking sucker.
I mean, but isn't at the end of the day, I really don't want to speak too much on that, but I'm just gonna throw this out there, bro. But at the end of the day, isn't the whole game just filled with manipulation?
Yeah, true. But if you allow it to manipulate you.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference between having to do something and not having to do something. But if you see something for what it is and you don't allow the game to manipulate you, that shit ain't gonna ride.
Yeah.
So what I started doing, because I didn't know how to read and write until I was 18 years old. Thank you to the California Youth Authority, who didn't teach me shit but gave me a high school diploma. Thank you.
Did they?
Yeah, they gave me a high school diploma. My motherfucker couldn't even read and write. But
I mean, what test did you take, bro? Was it a coloring test?
Nah, I copied the homie Trippy from my Monte Flores. I copied him on the whole damn thing, even the fucking written essay.
What the fuck? Was it a group? Was it a group test?
Nah, we were all in the hole. We were all in the hole, and they happened to test us in the same classroom, and they didn't separate the tests, because you know how they're supposed to give different tests to different individuals. These dumbasses put us all in the same box. So I ended up getting a high school diploma.
Well, I mean, is it really their dumbasses? Or
thanks to him, I got a diploma.
Or no, is it really their dumbasses, or is it really they know who they're dealing with? And it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe this will do something to their mental. Maybe they can all help each other out and fucking pass this fucking test.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we did, because that's one thing I'm proud of saying.
I mean, I look at that like a bottle, like, damn, good looking out.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
So when I'm in Folsom, right, I started reading the dictionary, thick ass red Webster dictionaries. Yeah. I started reading that because I couldn't know how to read, but I know how to read in syllables. So I'll be like, impeccable. And then I started reading like that. And of course, I didn't memorize every word, but I tried to teach myself as much as I could. Then I went from that.
So that's the basic of your fucking of your education was being able that's the very first basic. When you teach someone how to read, you teach them how to read in syllables, pronunciation, pronounce it, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's all you knew up to 18 years old.
Yeah, that's all that I knew. And then I started teaching myself like this. Like, if I could learn any of this, why can't I learn more? Yeah. My excuse as a child was always, I don't know how, and blame the world for all my problems. And then once you start becoming a man and you say, fuck that, I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna teach myself. So then I really started getting into human nature and stuff like philosophy, psychology, behaviorism, sociology, and anything that had to do with human beings.
What attracted you to that?
People. It trips me out because, all right, say for example, every human being is saddened by loss. All right. Every human being gets upset that we have our ticks. Like, there's so many similarities to what makes us the same, but I want to focus on what makes us different. So then you start listening to what people like, and you understand their desires, and you understand what they want. If you start listening to what people are avoiding or aversion to, then you start to realize what they're avoiding, and you start to realize their fears. So that way you get to know a human being way more by listening and understanding them than anything else. It's just like a girl, right? Like, a girl gets seduced with words because you create an alternate reality within their minds. You could tell them anything and they're going to believe it until they find out that you're full of shit. All right. So
till you hurt their motherfucking feelings.
Exactly. and then once that happens, it's all bad. But but like, once you start understanding this, like, the whole world starts to change. Like, I went from that little boy who was so gang infested with gang culture, and then, like, you see me now, like, I'm all into Buddhism, I'm all into philosophy, I'm all into all these other things to widen my views, to change my perspective, and to grow as a human being. Because people may see the tattoos and think, oh, that's just another dumb street punk cholo. And it's like, fool, you don't fucking know me, dog. You don't have no right to judge me. I got a story just like anybody else does. And just because I didn't go to Harvard, it doesn't mean shit. Because I'm smarter than a lot of these motherfuckers.
I mean, they put people through say a 4-year education fucking system or whatever it was, and they come out with this fucking degree. They spend all this fucking money and shit, and they see dog, they can't get the fucking job. Why? Because they have no street smarts. They have no fucking people skills, homie. They don't know how to talk. They're just fucking book smart, homie, and they can't make their way around a motherfucking office or something, bro. You know what I mean?
Look, like, that's what trips me out. So many people are miserable because they don't know how to make a decision. Like, I got this concept called a choice calculator. Something is in your control, something is out of your control, or there's something you just don't know. If it's in your fucking control, change it. If it's out of your control, don't worry about it because you can't do nothing about it. All right. And if there's something you just don't know, then stop letting it bother you until you get more information. And then that's what you deal with any decision in life. You feel me? Like I started studying so much about relationships, people's, the way we think, the way we act, and all this other stuff. Because I also have an autistic daughter, and I wanted to understand her. How can I help her? How can I be a better father? How can I be a better role model? And how can I even be a better friend to people like you and other people who I associate with and look out for me and stuff? So once I started learning all this other stuff, it helped me grow. And like this is the longest I ever been out of jail. I've been out since like 2014 and stuff, and I'm just happy with my chick and then my kids. I just do my own things and stuff. I'll be looking at you like a goddamn a role model. You, Reverie, Loudon, and Crib, Rick the Savage God, the other homeboy Sporty with the Urban Temptation clothing line.
Hey, shout out to the homies too, all doing their thing and shit. You know what I mean? We may not talk on a regular basis, but I know every single name homie just spoke on, and I just want to shout you guys out as well, sending my love and my respect, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? You know, one day our dots will connect. You know what I mean? And it will be like we didn't even fucking skip a day. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
You know? But yeah, dog.